Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you keep quiet? Sorry for that.
Yeah, we understand.
Now for the sorry for that. I have my people here around me. Um, for the filter function, what I've learned is you are able to get the specific data that you want by specifying or using the well, I think that is exactly what I can say. You are able to get the data that you want based on the question presented or based on what you are looking for.
Okay, thank you. Maybe just to assist you, like you are able to get, like there's a condition, a certain condition must be met for you to get maybe the data that you want specific. So there's a condition that you are subjected to. I think that is the main thing that we have seen. So we proceed today and look at other functions. And given that this package follows the same philosophy, we will move a bit faster. The same philosophy, I mean, the code remains the same. It's just you change a few items because the data set we are using is the same. It is like a template rather. So before we start, for those who haven't yet loaded the library function for tidyverse and New York City Flight 13 package, you should start from there so that you avoid any kind of errors going forward. That's rule number one, always when dealing with packages. You have to load them because we already installed. So today, we want to look at a different function. Remember, we are still looking at functions applicable when dealing with the rows. We have seen the filter. The next one is arrange function. The arrange function. So what it does, it changes the order of the rows based on the value of the columns. Based on the values of the columns. So basically, what this one means, it in short, it is like the ascend and descend function. Like in Excel, if you want to arrange your data in ascending order, like maybe you have a rank. Ascending means you start from the lowest to the highest, then descend, you start from the highest to the lowest. So I want us to, so basically what this, it does mostly is like it sorts. I can say that it is used for sorting your data, either in ascending or descending order. So maybe what it can do in our example, we want to, I want us to sort our data in, sorry, we sort our data by departure time Remember, the data set we are still using is the flights data set. That's the original. We want to sort our data by departure time. And this one, we want to spread it across using, I can say, I want us to use various like columns. So sort our data by departure time. And what else can we look at? Maybe you can say which is spread. Sorry. Maybe over 4 columns. And these 4 columns, maybe we can specify them that we want to spread. You can have year, you can have month, you can have day. Of course, the main is departure time. So to do so, as I said, the philosophy here remains the same. So I don't want you guys to be typing codes all over. Data scientists, programmers, data analysts, copy, paste, and do some kind of editing. As long as you know what is supposed to be done. So, where was my last code? I think I can copy this one, that I apply the filter, those two, that yeah, I can copy that, paste here. Then now I start my editing. The first editing I want to do is to change the the name of my data frame. So currently I'm not filtering, I'm arranging. So flights underscore, where there's filter, I replace with arrange. Dot one. The name flights remains the same because we are applying over the same data frame. Then filter function in my line number 46 will be replaced with arrange function. It will be replaced with arrange function. Then the arguments or the information inside the parentheses after the arrange function will also change. So the first one, because you want to sort our data by departure time, which is spread over 4 columns. So let me check our data first. Year, month, day, and departure time. Yeah, year, month, day, and departure time. So year, month, day, departure time. Where is my? So I can type here year, month, day, and departure time, which is represented by DE, this one, departure time. Then I execute it. It has worked. Then what can I do? So if I type flights, it is flights arrange, right? Arrange one, the output is here. We have month, day, departure time. It was year, month, day, departure time. Then scheduled, departure time. So let me explain something here. As we said that the arrange function, what it does, it changes the order of the rows. So what it does is that it takes like a data frame and a set of columns names in order to order them. So what happens if you provide more than one column name? What is that each additional column will be used to break ties in the values of the preceding column. Like it means that it might not it might not give you exactly what you want, and therefore if you want now the specific, you deal with one column at a go. So maybe this one, you can put a note and say use, if you use more than, this is one column, how can I put it? It overlaps. And not recommendable. Not recommended. Where is it? So I think now, sorry, what have I done? The next one now, maybe the next question, how can you do it? The best way to do it, just copy, just copy the same code that you have the arrange one. We are going to do it. We are going to do it. We have arrange two now. Then after arrange function, remember our initial objective, sort out our data by departure time. That was our original objective. So from our original flights data, the first departure time, this one is 5:17, then 5:33, 5:42, and so on. So we want to see the transformation that will happen. The first one is that remove in this section, just leave alone the departure time. You can remove the other columns. That's flights arrange two, flights arrange departure time, then we execute. After that, let us type flights arrange two, execute, and see departure time. See, it is starting with one. Okay, before that, if I'm moving so fast, you can just tell me, but there's something I want to explain further. Yes, Anne? Anne, I saw your hand was up. Okay, no worries. So there's something I want you guys to see in case you have managed to execute that line of code like mine 50 to 52. You see, I want you to be keen. Our original data set, the flights, the departure time, it starts with 5:17, 5:33, 5:42, 5:44, right? Then, when we come to the one that we have applied the arrange function, you see the departure time starts with 1. But also, before that, I want us to play some tricks here. There's a function in R called head function. You see, when you're having a huge data set, right? And you want maybe to observe the first 6 rows, by default, you use the head function. Then the name of your data frame, flights arrange 2. I can say that this one is used to display. I think I mentioned this function somewhere. First 6 rows by default. I must have mentioned in this class.
Yes, you did.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you. So you see, just display the first 6. All is departure time is 1, 1, 1. So we can as well display. Who still remembers the function that we used to display the last 6?
We use tail.
Yes, yes, thank you. We use the tail function, the tail, then we apply to our data, new data frame. So you can see here, departure time, it returns NA because our data has missing values. Let me try to, I don't know if it will work. NA dot RM. I don't know if this RM dot, I have forgotten this argument. NA dot, I'll confirm this, I'm not sure. There's a way if you have missing values, it can be displayed without. So what I can do with regards to this to assist me, tail, let me think of the best way. Okay, the best way, I can just maybe quickly scroll. I can use the view function. This is flights, array 3. So departure time, it starts with 1. Let us up. Oh, it is still loading. But this was not the best way. It is na.rm. na.rm. I don't know. View, tail. Okay, wait a bit. Let me have a glimpse of my data. Departure, the time. sorry, summary, flights, departure delay, I think departure time. It has a lot of NS, 8,255. Okay, but let me explain something. Okay, whatever I was trying to, the summary here is a statistical function that's part of data analysis. Like, it just assists you to know the minimum value. Like in our departure time column, the minimum value is 1, the maximum is 2,500, the mean, medium, and so on. And also, in case you have uh, missing values, you find out that it will give you there. That I use it mostly because I wanted to know how many there are, but it is not part of this session. But the objective was that what what this does to, like, flights arrange departure time. What it does, the arrange function by default it sorts your data in ascending order. Ascending order. Ascending is from the smallest to the largest. So arrange function by default, it will sort your data in ascending order by default. So the next question, suppose I want to sort it in descending order. How will I do? Like, from the largest to the smallest. So what I can do, I can still copy this line of code the same, come down here, paste. We change this now to flights underscore arrange dot 3, arrange departure time. But now we want to do it in descending, right? Yeah, descending order. So for you to arrange your data in descending order, it means you need to add another function called descend. So the first function here, arrange, you open the bracket or parenthesis, then there's another function called descend. Given that it's a function, it means you have to open another parenthesis. Of course, you close the parenthesis. Whenever you open, you have to close it. So let me explain. So by default, you have said that the arrange function will sort your data in ascending order, right? Ascend is from the smallest to the highest or the largest. But now if you want to arrange in descending order, like from descend is from the largest to the smallest, you must add a function called descend. D represent abbreviated as DESC. So we can now let us put a comment. Arranges data in descending order. And I have said that descend is from the highest to the smallest. So you can execute that line of code. So when we type flights.arrange.3, the departure, it was departure time, yeah. sorry, which folder was it? It was yeah, departure time. Departure time. So when we look at that column, departure time, you see it is starting from 2,400. And when we looked at the summary of that column, we saw that the maximum number was 2,400. This one here. So generally, what we can pick from the arrange function, first of all, it sorts your data either in descending or ascending order. And we have said that ascending order is from the smallest to the largest, and descending order is from the largest to the smallest. Secondly, we have said that when you just type arrange without specifying, it will by default or automatically arrange your data in ascending order. Do we have any question with regards to arrange? And also maybe to add, we have seen that it works better when you are dealing with one row at a time. That's another thing that we have picked. Okay. So another one is another function called distinct.
Excuse me, Mali.
Yes.
Since I wanted to ask a question, it has disappeared. Let me reframe it.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Also, me, I had a question.
Yes, just ask.
Now, you say that when using this descent function,
Yes.
once we run that code, I see that departure time is 2,400, 2,400. Okay, departure time, it was the same all through. Why is 2,400 appearing all through?
No, but our data has only displayed the first 10 rows.
Okay.
Yeah, it has displayed the first 10 rows, but
Mhm.
when you export it or you view it here,
Yes.
it has more. Maybe I
Okay.
can come here and view flights. So you can see it starts with 2,000 because that's the maximum. That column has been arranged in ascending order. So you see when you scroll downwards, it has so many. You can see the missing values always will appear down there.
Okay, I get it. Thanks.
Okay.
I've remembered my question.
Yes, Gertrude.
You said this arrange works best when you just have one column of data. Now, when you are given several columns, what do you do, or just run as per the question that you have been
So what
sent to you?
happens? Okay, thank you. So it was arranged three. Why is it? What happens is that yes, I have applied my yes, the first rule is that it works per column. But what happens, you see, there was this flight that uh okay, the year of course was 2013, October, that's 30th, and so on. So what happens if yes, I have applied my arrange function here, of course, the crucial is that the impact will only happen in this column. but you see, it cannot, it will always overlap. For instance, you wanted to arrange all these columns in descending order, right? It will not work because what will happen, let us say flight number one departed in 2013 in October 30th, and departure time was 2400. Scheduled departure time was 25:59. Departure delay 1. So you can see in this flight alone, various columns. Let me pick, for instance, when you go to scheduled arrival time, you see here it can be 337, which is not the maximum value under this category. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, okay, thank you. But you see, when you deal with a column, for instance, this one that we have arranged in descending order, so when this one moves to be 2400, this specific flight number one, all the other records will move the way they were, despite the fact that it won't be the maximum. So that is basically how it works.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Any other question?
Okay, maybe we can look at another function called distinct. There's another function called distinct. So what it does is that it finds all unique rows in a data set. So basically in a layman's language, I think this one is basically used to remove duplicates in your data. So data set. So what we can do, let us just copy this line of code. As I said, that the philosophy here remains the same. We are going to be using this as templates. I paste there.
Mwalimu, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was speaking on mute. Thank you for that. So I was explaining on distinct function. What it does is that it finds all unique rows in a data set. So it means now basically it can be used to remove the duplicates in a nutshell. So, and I have said that the beauty with working with these data science packages in R is that the philosophy remains the same. Like the first code we did when we wrote filter, the layout remains the same. You will just change a few items. That's why I have copied the arrange code here, and I now want to edit. So where we have flights underscore arrange dot three, you can put it flights arrange. Sorry, instead of arrange, you can call it distinct dot one, since this is the first one. The name of our data frame remains the same, the flights one. You only change that one in case you change the name of your data frame. Then here we want to apply the function distinct, then this function will not have an argument. An argument is information inside the parentheses. So, first of all, let us put our comments on what this one does. It removes duplicate rows if any. It removes duplicate rows if any. So that one is just remove duplicates in case you have any. But maybe in your data, let us see our flights data set. This one. Maybe you are interested to find all unique origin and destination pairs. So where is origin? Origin is here, then destination. So I'm interested to know all unique. I'm interested to know all unique origin and destination in terms of pairs. Like, remember this one shows where the flight came from, an aeroplane, the origin and destination, like the airport that it is going. As we saw during the description, like JFK, Jeff Kennedy, I think so, airport and so on. So these are the origin and destination. They are just names of the various airports. So I want us to, what I want us to achieve is find all unique, find all unique origin and destination pairs. Find all unique origin and destination pairs. So let us copy our code to make our lives easier. Paste flights distinct dot two. So distinct. Now this one inside the distinct will have what arguments, because we want to see unique origin and destination in our data. So we have this column called origin in our data and another one called destination. I hope you have, it is called destination. It is DES, I think so. Let me confirm. Yeah, DES. So we can execute this one. Then I type flights distinct to. Yeah, so you can see these are the unique ones. We have the first one here, the second, and so on. So what we are trying to do is that we find all unique origin and destination pairs of our various flights. you can as well export that data. Maybe you have been told in your organization, maybe you're working in airport or wherever, to find all unique origin, maybe to share data of unique origin and destination pairs. So after you use this function to retrieve, you can maybe export and send to whoever is interested. But remember, the data set that we have gotten, it has only two entries. Maybe now someone is interested to have all the other variables. Remember, we had several. So what I can do, just copy this code, paste. So this will be number 3 now. So there's an argument you want to add, distinct origin, comma, destination, then comma, then dot, keep underscore all, this one, to be true. What that argument does, this argument, it assists you to keep all other variables or columns. So you can say assist us to keep all columns. So you can run this one. You can run this one. Yeah, so you see this one now has all other columns. So maybe before we go for our break, and we can do the last one under this category. Maybe you are interested to find the number of occurrences. Maybe you can say if you are interested to find the number of occurrences you can replace distinct with count. So maybe you can I can copy this code. Sorry. So flights distinct, instead of distinct, let us call it count, because you have said that we replace count. So where we have distinct, we replace with count. Here we remove that argument of keep all. Remove this one, flights distinct becomes count dot one. So if you can execute this one and execute this one, so it gives us Count is just the n, like how many times something happens. But now, maybe you are also interested to know like which airport maybe has in terms of origin and destination has a lot of flights and so on. So in this code, like my line number H2, after destination, I put comma, I add another argument called sort true, sort to be true. So you run again that line of code. Yeah. So you can see the first one is JF Kennedy to ALX. I don't know ALX, it means what? Maybe if I go back to the data description, so you can see how many times it happens. So far, maybe do we have questions so that we can have a break, then come back and look at how can you deal with columns.
Hello.
Yes.
Uh, in my code, where we were talking of flights distinct, like want to keep all, my keep all didn't pop up.
But has your code been executed successfully? Has
No,
it been
no, no, no.
which
Error
error?
in distinct. It told me error in distinct. In argument, keep all true.
Yeah, there is an error in distinct. Maybe you can share your screen. There was a full stop somewhere. I think maybe that is what you have overlooked, but just share.
Yes, the
Where is
full
it?
stop is
Line
missing.
number? Sorry?
Line number 96. I think the full stop is missing the way you had
Yeah,
opted.
the full stop is missing. Also, true is not the small. You use the caps, all caps.
And it should be equal. Uh,
Yes.
is it equal? The sign, the
Yeah, yeah.
double.
Now, how should I write it? Just tell me, I have to go about it.
Start with the full stop.
Uh, Origin, comma, destination, full stop.
Yes. No, why are you removing the... Okay, let me explain something. Remember, distinct is a function. A function is followed by opening parentheses. And inside a function, we have arguments. And arguments are separated by commas. So the first argument was origin, comma. The second argument is destination, comma. Then now you put the dot, the next argument, which is dot, it was dot what?
Keep true.
Yeah, that one. Then true.
Now that one I type.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Was it Ephraim? Ephraim, I saw your hand was up, or I saw it wrongly. Ephraim, your hand was up. Ephraim, bow. Okay, so guys, I can give you just maybe 5 minutes. You come, then we finish a bit early. Finish at maybe 9:30 and so on, so we can have a short break, then come back. But I'll ensure I'll finish early.
Okay, I hope that we are back.
I hope that we are back. So we have seen the functions that apply in that is we started with columns, if I'm not wrong. Sorry, it was rows which run vertically. So we want now to look at what we call columns. And under columns, we have 4 verbs. Okay. The first one is mutate. The first function is to mutate. The second one is select. The third one is rename. Then the last one is relocate. Relocate. So maybe we can just look at the definition of the first one. It's called to mutate. This is not the scientific mutation that we know. So this mutate is to add new columns. That are calculated.
Sami Nganga has a question. He has raised his hand.
Okay, sorry. Yes, Sam, you can just ask.
My question was in regard to what we had done on this filter and distinct.
Yes.
And I wanted to know, in a case, maybe you can just explain, not, we don't have to do it. In a case where we want to see all the distinct flights that from original to destination, but had the as in had the highest delay.
Oh, yeah. We will do it the last section. It is called groups. We will cover under what we call groups. Maybe you want to combine. You want to combine filter plus distinct and so on, something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we will do it in groups. It is called groups, and after the columns, it is under groups.
Okay.
Yeah, we will have a look at that. So that one will be covered. Any other question? So we can just introduce mutate. As you have said, it is used to add new columns that are calculated from the existing ones. So maybe we can give an example. This we have just basic mathematics here, basic algebra and so on. For instance, if you want to compute, maybe let me say I want to compute maybe the time gained by this plane. So the gain means time. Again, the gain means time a delayed flight made up in the air. A delayed flight made up in the air. So, first of all, as I said, the philosophy remains the same. Let us copy our last chords. We start from there and paste here. The philosophy remains the same. So here, flights underscore mutate dot one. So where distinct is, we replace with mutate. So compute the gain, which is time a delayed flight made up in the air. Remember, in our original data set, we don't have a column called gain here. So where is our flights data set? This one, we don't have any column called gain. We don't have it at all. Maybe you can confirm using the call names function and so on. Before maybe we execute this one, sorry. How can I undo? Maybe before I execute this one, I can check my column names of my flights data. Yeah, so you can see there's no gain there. So, but now I want to see if it will be added in our new flights underscore mutate dot one. So mutate, we say gain. How do we calculate gain? Gain is equals to departure delay minus arrival delay. Where is it here? It is not arrival delay, it is arrive time. Departure delay, sorry, it should be departure delay minus arrival delay. It will give us gain. So you can execute it. Then I think I have copied this in the, okay, let me I have made a mistake, but it is immaterial. I've just inserted this somewhere in between here, but it is fine. So this one now, what can happen? We can check now the column names of our new flights, the one that has mutate here. So there's this column, the gain one, that has been added in our data set. So basically mutate is used to add a new column in R. So I want to give you exercise. Me type here using the mutate function. Using the mutate function, calculate the speed of a flight in miles per hour. Maybe to make your life easier, given that we might not all have gone through the mathematics class, you can say where speed is equals to distance all over arrived air time, like the amount of time that the flight takes in the air. But remember, I want flights in miles per hour, and the time given in our data is in, I want it in speed. I have said I want speed in miles per hour. Yeah, I want speed in miles per hour. And time, let me check, let me read more about our data set so that you know how time is. Data frame, scheduled departure time. Yeah, I want air time, the air time rather. Origin, air time, amount of time spent in the air in minutes. Remember, that time spent in the air is in minutes. But remember my question, I want you to calculate in miles per hour. Is that question so that I can? Where have I typed my question? I've just mixed up my work, but let me copy in our WhatsApp group. What you can do, once you are done, you can share the screenshot of your code and results in my email. Okay, I think for today, we can just leave it there so that we don't like the content does not maybe come too much for you, but ask any questions in case you have. Any question? Okay, thank you all. Have a good night.
Good night.